to my channel. Today this video is going to be basically a stretching guide slash tutorial for those of you out there that like to stretch or want to stretch but don't know where to start or how to stretch. So this is basically going to be a stretching guide that you can do before or after you work out, or before or after you dance, or both, depending on what you would prefer. But so yeah, let's get into it, and make sure you guys give me a thumbs up if you like the video or find it helpful. And if you guys want to see more of this, let me know, comment down below and let me know what type of videos you guys would like to see more of. So yes, let's get into it. First, we're going to start off by stretching our neck. You're going to place your hand on the side of your face and pull downward, doing the same thing on the opposite side. Next, we're going to place our hands behind our neck, pulling down. Then you're going to release and drop your head back. Next, we're going to do some head rolls. Then we're going to reverse and go to the other side. Next, we're going to do some shoulders to the front. Then you want to reverse and go to the back with your shoulders. And now we're going to take our right arm and cross it over, pulling it with our left. Then taking it behind you and pulling it, stretching, trying to reach the middle of your back. And next you're going to do the same with the other side, taking your left and pulling it with your right. Then you want to plie or go into a squat position, then coming up and letting your arms follow. Then you want to drop back down and slowly come back up as your arms follow you. You want to do this a few times just to warm up your body before you really start stretching. Next, you're going to want to reach from side to side with your feet shoulder width apart. And you're going to take your right arm and basically go over so you can feel that stretch in your side. Then you want to do what we like to call a flat back and then go back. Next, you're going to want to go down and touch the floor with your hands. That's the goal, to get a good stretch, and your forehead should be touching your knee. And you're going to do the same thing on the opposite side, opposite arm. Your right arm should be slightly like touching your knee. And you want to make sure your back is flat so that way you can get a good stretch. Also, you want to make sure when you go back that you drop your head back to get a good stretch in your back. And again, you want your forehead to at least try to touch your knee. Next, you're going to go to the middle and you're going to take your hands and place them behind your back and just let gravity pull them downward to help you really stretch the middle. And this will help get that extra stretch that it's kind of hard to get with just placing your hands on the floor. Next, you're going to go back to plie, and as you plie, you want to push your knees outward with your elbows as far as you can, and then you want to stretch your legs back out and then plie again. This should help stretch you a little better as well. Next, you're going to want to go into a left lunge position. You want to make sure you're not slouching forward. Your form should look exactly like this. You want to have the right form to get a good stretch. If you'd like, you can place your elbows on the floor. Next, you're going to want to grab your foot and pull just to get a good stretch. And you want to do the same on the opposite side. Next, you're going to your left leg and basically stretch out that right leg. You should feel it in your hamstring. Then you will want to go to the other side and do the same thing. Now we're going to come to the middle again, and you want to walk your feet in, bringing them together. And if you have to, you can start off by placing your hands behind your knees and moving downward to your calves and then to the floor if you can. If you can't, that's fine too. Just make sure you feel some type of stretch. Next, we are going to go into what I like to call the butterfly position, where you bring your feet together and you basically want to take your elbows and push them down into your knees, making your legs as flat and open as possible, flapping them if needed. Next, we're going to open up our legs and reach from left to right, taking your right arm and reaching for your left foot. Then next, you're going to try to put your, again, forehead on your knee. If you can touch the floor, perfect. If not, that's fine too. And then you're going to do the same to the opposite side. Next, we're going to go to the middle. The goal is to basically get your chest to the floor, but everybody can't get to that point right away. So you just want to take your hands and reach as far as you can. Next, we're going to close our legs back up. And again, you can start behind your knees, or if you can go further, you can move your hands to your calf muscles, then to your toes, pulling them while flexing your feet. This should help give you a good stretch as well. Next, you're going to want to turn to the side and bend your legs. You're going to take your left leg and grab it by your ankle and pull it as close as you can to you with your right leg still bent. Then you can, if you would like to get a better stretch, you can then straighten out your right leg. This should help you get an even better stretch. You can also try pointing your foot. And next, you're going to do the same thing to the other side, grabbing by your ankle, pulling as close as you can to your upper body. Next, you are going to want to take your left leg and place it over your right, and take your hands through your legs and pull towards your chest. And then you will want to do the same thing to the opposite side, taking your right leg over your left and pulling through towards your chest. Next, you're going to want to open your legs in a V-shaped position while pulling both ankles with your hands to get a good stretch. Next, you are going to want to bend your left leg with your right leg straight to the back, and you can go to the floor if you would like. This will help stretch in the growing area and also help with splits, which is next. You're then going to open up and go into a left split. It helps if you bounce, or you could let your head go forward again to your knee, or you could go back and drop your head back to get a good stretch. As you can see, my splits aren't the best, but eventually they'll be back to how they used to be with stretching like this. And next, you're going to want to do the same thing to the other side. Again, your right leg should be in front of you with your left leg back. You can go to the floor to get a better stretch, but it's not necessary. And now we're going to go to the middle. With the middle, the goal is to at least try to Get your knees to touch the floor, but it's not going to come right away, obviously. But you can also bounce, and that will help as well. Next, we're going to wiggle our legs out a little bit and cross the left leg over our right. Your foot should be behind your knee. Taking the opposite arm and placing it behind the knee and pushing to help stretch your back. Lastly, we want to get up and wiggle our legs out a little bit. And you're going to want to grab your left foot, pulling to where you can feel that stretch in your thigh. If you need to keep your balance or show keeping your balance, you can take the opposite arm and hold it out. But you want to push out to where your hip is basically pushing forward. And that is all, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.